a friendly East Puff. East Puff. You said she do like one puff and then it's a wrap. I'll do that. Sh- That's too late now. I'm already on. Let me see who coming up here. I'll wait till some people join up though. I'll wait for more people to join before I start up. What up? You know I'm gonna be squinting. What's up, LBK? You talking Yo, what up, Chris? I gave you the moderator title. My dude. Yeah, what's up, Chris, man? You know what's crazy, Chris? I know you in the boxing, man. Can you guys hear me? You can hear me? You can hear me now? Yes? Yes? Okay, cool. Chris, Julian Williams just got a reassign. Like he's not fighting Hurd anymore because Hurd was smart to pull out that fight. But I'll be working with him again on the 17th. So next week, and then again on the 17th through October 10th. Yeah, we'll be in training camp with the unified champ, man. I'm happy about that. But good to be back, yeah. Good to be back. And I know you would get a kick out of that. That's why I was like, let me holler at Chris. I remember you were asking me questions about starting a boxing channel and so on. But what's up, people? Y'all seen the title, man. Um I watched all of Hard Knocks. It was painful to watch, seriously, and you guys know why. Number one, John Gruden. John Gruden's personality for me, he's like a narcissist. I've never seen a Hard Knocks where a coach is so entrenched in the content. There's 4 likes on here. It's 26 y'all up there. Y'all need to fix that. Y'all need to get them likes up, man. Go ahead. What up, Rue? Y'all don't got no jobs in here, man. I didn't think it was gonna be some of my regulars. I didn't think y'all was gonna be in here because it's early in the day. But I see y'all jobless too, I guess, huh? Y'all hustlers. Who the hustlers in here? Albert. Albert Smith, that's you? You're what up, Robbie? What up, Eddie? I know Eddie. Eddie own his own businesses. Eddie got a good tortilla bread too, man. Or pita bread. I don't even know what that was, but we was fucking it up though. My fiance wouldn't fuck with it, but we was fucking it up. But anyway, yeah, John Gruden is like he's a weird dude, man. I like, yo, yeah, is he a coach or a Madonna? I don't know. But this ain't about John Gruden. The other reason it was painful to watch is because something is really on with AB, man. Like something's wrong with him. Uh, and I don't mean like he's like a prima donna. I don't mean like a TO or Ocho Cinco. None of that. I think something's really, and I'm not trying to be smart here. No offense to anybody, but something's really wrong with his mentals right now. I don't know if it's CTE or drugs or what, but when you're watching Hard Knocks, it's hard to understand what he's saying. He talk fast as hell, and he don't make much sense. And then he's not like engaged in anything. Everything is like he just out there doing his own thing. It's like as if nobody else is around and he's not, checked in to anything. So I don't know what's going on with him, but I know he couldn't have unless Mike Tomlin is that much of a manager, which would be crazy. I had to go off to Mike Tomlin, man, because if he was dealing with that from day one, that's crazy. That's like crazy, and that shows Mike Tomlin is definitely a lot tougher than people gave him credit for, because they got their hands full over there in Oakland, man. I don't think he's gonna play a snap over there. And once I seen that they were going to cut him, I said, man, this remind me of Greg Hardy, and To. Roy Williams, the receiver. You know what I mean? Like Jerry Jones likes a Pac-Man. He likes to go get guys who have blemishes on their record because he knows he can get them at a discount because nobody else will deal with them, and he feels like the Cowboys brand can absorb them. But in this case, man, because of the type of team we've put together, Jerry, stay put, man. Yeah, Tank Johnson. I like Tank though, but yeah, just don't do it, Jerry, man. That's what I wanted to jump on here and say, because I was listening to other comments and people saying like, yo, man, you think we go after AB? Hell fucking no, we don't go after AB. Hell no. Nah. we got a good team right now. They gelling, and AB definitely ain't gonna listen to Dak. He ain't listening to Witten. He ain't listening to nobody in that locker room. And Jason Garrett is I don't got him having the backbone to be able to deal with that. So leave him right where he at. The only person who can put him to hill is Jerry, but he don't give a fuck about money. It seems he ain't even get a check yet from the Raiders and still acting up. So he don't care about his money. So it's not much you can. Ain't much leverage, man. Ain't much leverage. Hey, what's good, man? What's good, Jerry Stevens? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And those of you who do the sports betting too, it's coming. I'm doing a segment. I'm going to experiment with it this week, but I'm going to do a segment for you guys that just lets you see what my picks are, and we'll pick together, I guess, and I'll break down different teams, different players from each team. So it'll be good for those of you who do fantasy football, and also good for those of you like me who do sports betting as a whole. So even though I'll be picking out certain players on the opposition's defense and or offense, whether it be a lineman that's not playing up to snuff or injured, whatever, I'll be picking out different players from matchups that I think we can capitalize on. So it'll be good for those of you who do DraftKings and or FanDuel and also sports betting. So that'll be good, man. I bet on betonline.com. That's where I bet right now. And also mybookie.com. Rue, that's where I bet. And then you guys already know you can't give up the real bookie. But we got physical bookies down here too. So it is what it is. But yeah, Tavis Banks, he definitely is acting like a clown right now. You checking in from H-Town, Studwood. That's a hell of a name, bro. I don't even want to know how you got it. It was a college name, probably. You know what I'm saying? You popped a few blues and went crazy on somebody. Studwood. Don't make excuses for dudes that are all about themselves. He is who we thought he was. I mean, that's not an excuse. I really do think that mental issues are a real thing, man. I think something is really wrong with AB. And the way we're put together right now, I don't see anyone that's not cohesive to this group. I mean, not even a little bit. We don't have anybody like that doesn't fit the culture. Finally, even Cole Beasley was like a rebel rouser, and he's gone. So, and when I say rebel rouser, I mean he voiced his discontent with the media as well. And notably, like I understand, Alan Hearns, he was saying some things last year, and then we got Coop who talk some shit. And I just did a cornerback breakdown. You guys should watch it. It's the video right before this one in the queue. But I did a cornerback breakdown, and Coop was stopping on some routes. Man, he playing the Miami Dolphins. Coop stopped on a few routes, and I was like, "What the? That's not the Coop we see." But he was a little different over there. You guys hit that like button if you out there, man. He said Jordan K. Nah, just watch at work. Yeah, man. No, some of y'all hustlers, y'all lying. T.O. was cool. T.O. ain't do nothing wrong until he left here. And before that, he was solid. Meticulous Cowboy 86 was good, man. Good content. I appreciate that, man. Trying to get, into the groove. I told you guys I was gonna start being a lot more consistent than I've been in the past. And that's because, you gotta commit to the things I guess you give a damn about. So I started to really take this shit serious. Because before it was like, yo, this is something I can do. But I started seeing what my counterparts were doing, and then what my competition on other sites are doing, and like, no, not really competition, but I guess other models. But it's just like, shout out goes to those guys. But I feel like this can become something because it is something I love to do, and you guys seem to like it. The Tariq Hill contract, I don't know about it, Rue. What's up with it? Let me look it up real quick. But if he got paid pretty well, Tyreek Hill, that is, I'm all for that. I'm not the guy you really ask about contracts though, and the reason being is I always say it. I haven't really wavered from this man. He's at 3 years, 54 mil. That's standard, I guess. That's standard. Dez got what? He had 5 years, 5 years, 40 mil, something like that. So I guess that's within scale. It's scaling. That's scaling. It's getting up there. But I'm not the guy to ask about contracts because I don't care what the teams pay them. Like these dudes are rich one percenters, man. The salary cap was invented in the 90s because of people like Jerry Jones who are billionaires who can pay anybody. So there's no such thing as overpaying a player. And we only say that because we're parroting what ESPN says because they're talking about somebody's money. So we talk about it. But how often do you see people debate baseball contracts or max contracts in basketball. It's dudes that like Carmelo. I remember Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill. It's dudes that don't even play for certain teams and was still on the books every year for 3-4 years after they've left the team because of their guaranteed max contract. So why would I care about? I mean, I think the NFL should actually pay more, to be honest with you, because they have shorter careers and they're putting their bodies more at risk. So I'm the wrong guy to ask about how much a football player or an NFL player gets paid. If you play rugby, you play NFL, or you box, or you do anything that's violent contact sports, get as much as you can get. Like I said, I have a boxing background. I've seen dudes die in the ring. We recently saw a guy die in the ring, Russian kid. I don't remember. I know his name was Maxim. I don't remember his last name, but rest in peace to him. But you see, you don't play boxing, and you damn sure don't play football. You don't. You don't. You're giving something up when you play football. So get your money. Get your money. Yeah, I think the CB, the cornerback video was great too, man. But see, that's the problem with it, right? Those videos, those types of videos take a long time, right? They take longer because I have to go and watch film from all over the place to pick those things out. And then people don't watch those. They'll watch this. I'll get 2-3 thousand views on this, right? And then I'll get like five, I'll have like 600 on that one. And I'm going to keep doing them just because I feel like doing it now. I don't give a fuck. But that's the reason you guys haven't seen more breakdown footage as you know as you used to. One, YouTube makes it very difficult to put that content out. They block it if I put the wrong thing in it, and I have to go back and reverse engineer exactly what they're blocking because I don't know. So I'll have 5 different pieces in there, and they might be blocking the one clip from Tampa Bay. So I don't know that. I have 40 minutes of footage, and I'm like, which piece do you want me to take out? So I have to keep resubmitting it, and it takes 40 minutes each time just for the video to get posted. And then once it's posted, they'll block it again. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna keep doing that shit. So that's why you guys don't see as many breakdowns. But I found a formula that's been working. They haven't been blocking lately. So here we are. But they do take time and energy and effort. So, the best thing you guys can do for me is hit the like button and share and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Once you guys do that, then it lets YouTube know that you guys like the content, and I can keep doing it. But that's it. That's it. But I'll keep doing it because I love it. But yeah, ESPN is stupid, Gary. Ask Vach. Vach, my man, we trade secrets. Vach actually puts up coaches footage. Coaches footage is cool, but when you see like a replay or the HD replay of the actual game footage, Vosh doesn't use that. I do, and I think Brett Collerman, a few other people do, but you can't monetize the re-aired game footage. So that CB video, there's no monetization on it. You can't monetize it, which is cool because we have affiliate program. I don't care about this shit. I don't know why I'm talking business with you guys. I'm like in my head somewhere. But I know y'all don't want to hear that shit. Y'all ain't get on here for that. Stop asking me questions about how we do that. Just know that I haven't done them because you guys don't watch them. So just watch them. That's all you gotta do. Watch that shit. But outside of that, man, we have like 2 days left. I'm like a little nervous, man. I'm jumping up and down, man. It's like I'm really on a vibe now where I feel like the only thing that can stop us is us. I said that the other night, and I still mean that. The only thing that can stop the Cowboys right now is the Cowboys. And, I don't see us doing that. We have a lot of depth and we have good leadership at this point. I'm talking about on the team. We will see how our coaches hold up. We'll see how, Jason Garrett holds up. But it's kind of hard to fuck this up. I mean, I could coach this team. I really do think so. I can coach this team. Now I might not call the same plays and not know the same lingo or verbiage that they know, but I can coach this fucking team. Like it's serious. Like we have too much talent everywhere, and you have Chris Richard and what's it, Marinelli on the defense. So I think that we're good there. But I can't wait for Sunday, man. Can't wait for Sunday. Then we're gonna kick the shit out of the Giants, and then we're gonna be on the road from there. Zeke being back, teamed up with Tony Pollard. We talked about that, but I can't wait to see how Moore uses both of those guys in conjunction with each other. I don't think he goes and says, "Hey, one's going to spell the other." And if they do, just if you want the blueprint for it, I would just say look at Kamara and Ingram when Ingram was there. Um, they seem to both fit there perfectly. Zeke is a hammer, and a game breaker. That's the difference between him and Ingram. Ingram's not really a home run type of guy. So, I think having those guys both out there and having Pollard moving around, jet sweeping, playing some receiver in two back sets, I will keep him out there as much as possible, even if he's not getting the ball. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, man. Appreciate that. Exactly. No, I would make Law. Law would be my GM. Law would be my GM. He wouldn't be my defensive coordinator. I would make Vach my offensive line coach though, for sure. And I think I'd be like a fucking what's his name, Buddy Ryan out there, man. I do offense and defense out this bitch, man. For real. I want the DC role. That's my personality. I want somebody to go hit somebody in the mouth. What about Cooper? His heel, I don't think I mean, I haven't looked at his new injury update. I may need to do it before I open my mouth, but I don't think he's gonna miss. I don't think he's a scratch for this game. I don't think he's a scratch for this game, just for the fact that Coop, I think, was precautionary because he knows he's not under contract, or he doesn't have a new contract, should I say. So I think that's the reason that you haven't seen him in the preseason. Same reason you didn't see um, 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 Zeke in the preseason. We weren't going to use him anyway. They weren't going to risk that. But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with Coop. I think he's good. Amari Cooper in conjunction with those two guys, though, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, other than the fact that we don't have Drew Brees, we match up pretty well offensively, talent wise, to the Saints, and I mean that. Like, marquee, we have a marquee number one guy, we have a marquee number two guy, we have a marquee number three guy, which they don't have, and we have a semi-marquee tight end, like they do or they did, and then also two backs. So, um, I mean, the sky's the limit for this offense. We already know that. We already know that. But yeah, back to the topic at hand. I just wanted to get on here and say, like, for those of you who want to ask me, here's my take on Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is a talented receiver, right? But you got to do the history. Do the history. If you watch football and watch the Steelers, like I have, you'll understand this. Yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button. I appreciate that, Chris. But if you watch the Steelers like I have, you'll realize Ben Roethlisberger has been creating marquee receivers since he's been in the league. He made Hines Ward look like something, and Hines Ward was slow as fish grease. He wasn't fast at all, but he made Hines Ward Hines Ward. Hines Ward's a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? He made him look great. Not that Hines Ward was trash before that, but he elongated his career by being able to find him with that ball. So, and then you had Santonio Holmes, made him. You guys remember Mike Wallace? Made him too. See what I'm saying? How those guys do, though, other than Hines, who retired there, how those other guys do when they left the team? Not too good. Martavius Bryant, how'd he do when he left the team? Not too good. So they're talented. Yeah, they're talented. They're talented. But I think there's something to the way Ben Roethlisberger and Todd Haley is not there anymore, but the way he installed that offense. If you're throwing, if you brought Dez back, right? And I'm not trying to make this a Dez conversation. You could say Larry Fitzgerald if you want. It doesn't matter. But if you threw 20 balls at any receiver, how good would they be each year per game? How good would they be a year? So of course, AB might be better than those guys, but he gets more opportunities to show that he is. And like certain passes is what I mean is certain passes aren't going to be thrown at AB by Derek Carr. He's not going to make certain throws. He's not going to attempt certain throws. Ben Roethlisberger will do that. Aaron Rodgers is that type of quarterback. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers. They'll throw you open. They'll pick a guy apart if they can. You know what I mean? They'll pick on you. Derek Carr, we don't know if he can do that yet. So AB will not look like AB unless he's with one of those other guys I just named, period. And unless you're throwing him the ball 20 times. Think about that. To get the ball, if you get the ball more, of course you should have more yards, but you should drastically have more yards and more touchdowns than other guys, period, because you're getting way more balls than your counterparts. Julio Jones, this is the reason that I'm not tripping on Julio Jones or trying to say Julio Jones is trash or anything like that. I don't talk like that, but Julio Jones is another guy. Like, he's had years where he's gotten 200 to 250 pass attempts or targets. Who's not going to have 100-something catches with 200-something targets? That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? AB, he's been the most targeted receiver in the league. He's not always the fuck open. But when you pay him the way you pay him, and you know he has a personality the way he does, where he'll blow up the rest of the team if he doesn't get the ball, then you have to throw the ball to him 15, 20 times a game, whether he's open or not. So he gets those opportunities to show that he is good. He does prepare. He catches the ball when he gets near him. He's talented. Don't take that away from him. But talent, there's a perfect storm where talent meets opportunity, and he's squandering all of his opportunity. Period. You said we don't need him. We got Gallup. Yeah, Julio Jones got low TDs. Why you think he got low TDs? He still ain't catch Dez. Dez ain't caught a pass in 2 years. He still hasn't caught Dez. Neither has AB. Neither one of them caught him. See what I'm saying? They've all came in the league at the same time. That's why I say what I say. All right. I mean, I had the same argument for Roy Williams, the safety. You know, and people didn't listen to that. But for those of you who want to hear it, go. You had Brian Dawkins, Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, Roy Williams, Sean Taylor. The commonality between the rest of them, the one thing Roy Williams did not have was a consistent defensive coordinator who trusted him, who played him in their scheme. See what I'm saying? But they'll say that those guys were better than Roy, which I don't believe. But if Roy were to play like Brian Dawkins played with Jimmy Johnson for most of his career, if Brian Dawkins you would have replaced him with Roy Williams, same productivity, if not more. Sean Taylor, before his tragic passing, he was with Greg Williams primarily, right? Put Roy with the same with Zimmer for his entire career. And when he went over to Cincinnati, he regained his form over in Cincinnati until he hurt himself. He hurt his forearm. But I said that because I said, you know, it's about talent and opportunity and how you're used. So it's the same argument with Dez or any receiver, and AB is the same thing. I don't think that AB is a world beater. You know, I think he's a great receiver, but he needs a quarterback like Ben Roethlisberger or an Eli or a guy who knows how to throw a guy open in order to be who he is. And that's just, I mean, he's not gonna, you know, blow the lid off with 4 targets a game, 8 targets a game. He's gonna blow your team up with 8 targets a game. And this ain't the team for him because Dak is not gonna target you if you're not open. Dak's not gonna throw you open. He's not. That's just not what he does right now. If you're open, he'll hit you, you know, and he's going to hit you right where you stand. He's not leading you anywhere. He's not throwing you a 50-50 ball. He's not putting any teardrop touches over anybody's shoulders or any of that shit. He's going to throw you a pass when you cut a guy up and you get wide open. Amari Cooper, he has a great release. He's good in short space. So and Dak likes to get rid of the ball. So Amari Cooper suits him pretty well because he's quick to get open. He gets open very fast. Gallup, as you can see, doesn't get open as fast. He has to work himself open. And Dak has problems hitting him because he's not throwing Gallup the types of passes that he threw against the Rams where he throws it up there and Gallup can just kind of adjust to the ball in the air and fight for it. He doesn't give you those 50-50 balls like that. That's just not Dak's thing. And he throws with a little more power, so it's not enough time to adjust because the ball's not floating up there nice and soft. You know, you can't one hand that. You know, he's drilling it at you. And it's right where you are because he's putting so much effort into getting that ball to you. So that's not a knock on Dak. That's just real shit. That's what he does right now, period. So again, that's my take on why we shouldn't bring AB to this team. He would do us no good. He gets open, but you know, he gets open just as fast in short area space as Cooper. And when he goes to the top end of those routes, the deep routes and so on, it makes us no difference because we're not a running gun, air it out type team. Dak doesn't, you know, attempt that often unless we need it. He's not the guy to take risks for no reason. He just doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. Not yet. Yep, hit that motherfucking like button. You already know. Thanks, Dean, for that. You know I'm blind. Who should he go to? Who should AB go to the way he acting right now? He should go to wherever his address is and sit his ass down somewhere. That's what he should do. I don't think he deserves to play acting like that. I don't. Like, I wouldn't. Like, me and him would be fighting. Like, you can't come near me and fuck my shit up. You can't. Don't come over here and fuck my shit up. Go fuck your shit up. Go, you know, go home and mess your house up. Go mess your friends' lives up. But don't come into an organization where other people are literally fighting for their livelihoods, fighting for championships, fighting for their future careers, fighting for their coaching career, and disrupt some shit. To me, that's like one of the most, that's when you're being selfish. You're not selfish when you ask for money to feed your family. You're not selfish when you say, hey, I want the ball because I want to help us win. You're not selfish when you do that. To me, I don't think that's selfish. Like, if You know, if you're on a track team and you're doing the relay and you want the baton so you can fucking burn the other team, that's not selfish. You want to help your team win, or you're just a competitor who wants to win. That's cool with me. Cool with me. Compete. You're selfish when you say what I want and what I feel, even though it's not a deal breaker like the helmet or anything else you can name. What I want is more important than any of you. And I understand that you guys are fighting for your jobs or fighting for your livelihoods, but fuck you. I don't care. And if I show up, you should be happy that I showed up. If I have to take my comeuppance and my penalty or my punishment like anybody else would, I don't have the accountability to own up to that. Like that is a deal breaker for me. So for me, nah, AB can sit his ass down. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, yeah, he's he never been arrested. Yeah, cool. But his personality sucks when it comes to football to me. And he couldn't come near me. He couldn't come near me. And if I had that organization, like we would be rolling that. Like if I was John Gruden, we would have been rolling around on the field. As soon as he start talking about some fucking helmet, uh, we about to fight because you tripping. You tripping. Ain't no way you can get away with that. That's just not that to me. That's just not conducive to building a winning formula. You can't do it. Can't do it. And I would never bet on him. Yeah, T.O. never got a. But see, the T.O. thing, I hate the fact that people equate him to T.O. But the funny thing is, Drew Rosenhaus is his fucking agent too, which is real weird. Roy Williams is not supposed to be able to cover meticulous cowboy. How many times have you seen Cam Chancellor chasing guys up the field who are cutting all? That's not his job. You pit Roy Williams 5 to 15 yards off the ball, 10 yards off the ball, and you let him blow shit up like he did in college. Just let him play. Troy Polamalu was not a coverage safety. He was a guy that you know how bad Troy Polamalu was at understanding the scheme. And I'm not trying to say he's dumb. He wasn't dumb. He just didn't care. He wanted to freelance. So they made their offense, their defense. Dick LeBeau designed that defense to run off 10 people so that Troy can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Seriously, that's why they use the zone blitzing scheme so Troy can do what he wanted. Troy used to decide when he was jumping over the line and doing shit like that. He decided to do it. That's how you use Roy Williams. Just let him roam and let him hit shit. That's what his job is. Hit shit. When they started taking the horse collar and all that shit out of it, they destroyed him with that, man. So it didn't matter if he couldn't cover. Of course, he's not supposed to be 20 yards off the ball anyway. You get guys that roam for that, but you need an enforcer. Jalen Smith proves that we need an enforcer. You need somebody that scares the opposition, because if your receiver doesn't want to do a dig route or a breaking route or a slant route because they're scared of what's in there, they saw what happened to Ty Streets or whoever. Roy blows up. That's something. Those are plays that you're not running. It's just like when you have a shutdown corner that you're not going to throw at. If you have a shutdown corner that you won't throw at, it doesn't matter if he doesn't get interceptions. You know why? Because that's somewhere that the quarterback does not want to go with the ball, right? When you have somewhere that a receiver does not want to go, you also have less choices that a coordinator can make against you, because they don't want to kill their receivers either. They know who there. They watch film. See, you need enforcers. When you got 4 cornerbacks out there, 2 of them that are just big, 2 safeties that are just big corners who cover, who can't hit for shit. That's when you get those big receivers who start bowling guys over, or you get running backs that get into the secondary and nobody can do shit with them. That's not football to me, man. Like, you got to hit. And if you're afraid of hitting, don't play football. Everybody talks about CTE. Don't play football. Don't play it. People talk about boxing. CTE is CTE. You're living with that, right? And you might die. I'm not taking anything away from that. Boxing, you might die. Not taking anything away from that, but don't box or don't play football if you're worried about that. That's just how I feel. You don't gotta do that. Like window cleaners that clean skyscraper windows, some of those guys die too. Guess what? Don't fucking work there if you don't want to fall, possibly. Don't be a hot air balloon operator if you don't want to die, possibly. Yeah, people. Yeah, tackling is important. Like, if you hitting, think about it. Everybody who played the Saints after Smith, Jalen Smith knocked Kamara silly, right? Everybody who played the Saints after that were thankful of it. They're like, yeah, he tiptoeing now. He tiptoeing. Deion Sanders was a corner. He didn't need to hit. Hot air balloon operator. I said that for AB because he came to fucking training camp in a hot air balloon. You know why? But yeah, man, like, yeah, don't do it. Do I think it? Hell no, he's suspended. He's not playing this week. He's done. I think he's done. I don't think the Raiders even keep him. I think they cut him, and I think Drew Rosenhaus should just go sit down. He'll get you a max contract somehow. I don't know how he still gets guys contracts and how he still has a good name. But Drew Rosenhaus, I think he's like a puppeteer or something, man. Like when he has a receiver and he's there when he's their agent, he turns them into fucking monsters, man. They all like, all of his well, I ain't gonna say all of them because I don't know his client book, but they usually be they're usually his fucking clients. To doing sit ups on his fucking driveway and doing workouts in his driveway. Drew Rosenhaus, you know what I mean? AB coming in hot air balloons and tripping. Drew Rosenhaus. Yeah, they're out. If they don't get out now, they're stuck with them. So yeah, conduct detrimental to the team. Hit that like button, folks. But yeah, conduct detrimental to the team. So yeah, like AB, he shouldn't play. Like keep him out of here. So if something's wrong with him, he should sit down. If he doesn't have the passion to play, and that's what it's looking like, I don't think he has the passion to compete, and he's looking for a way out because he didn't do this in Pittsburgh, so he's looking for a way out. I don't think he wants to play football anymore because he never even was the guy to get in front of the camera either. You notice he did an ESPN interview to get out of uh, Pittsburgh, and then now he just loves the spotlight, and he's never been that. And he wasn't that guy. He was boisterous on the sidelines in a game. He'll snap on you on Twitter. He'll snap on you, but never, never in front of the cameras the way he is now. And I think he's looking to not play football or not have to play football anymore because he's made enough. And if you have, I mean, I'd never tell you when to leave a game that'll hurt you. So, if you're ready to go, go. I mean, that's all good. But I don't think he should play. And I'm not hating. I just don't think he should play. Dealing with the demons of getting out of the zoo. I don't even know what that means. Trip, what that mean, Trip? Oh, man was in the streets. AB, AB. Listen, he played football most of his life. It ain't that much streets. It's like Lil Wayne was in the streets. Lil Wayne been rapping since he was 16. He wasn't in the streets, and neither was AB. AB might have been in the streets, but he wasn't in the streets. He might have grew up fucked up too. But I grew up fucked up. That's not an excuse to be out here acting like a fuck up because you grew up fucked up. Now it's an excuse to say, hey, short term, hey, you need some work. But yeah, that's not a long term thing. So, nah, man, no excuses. We shouldn't sign AB. I hope Jerry Jones isn't, considering it. Period. And for me, I think that he's bad for not only the Raiders, but he's bad for the sport. So I don't think he deserves another opportunity with the way he's acting right now. I just don't think he deserves another opportunity. Um, Outside of that, man, my picks for this weekend in regards to us, anyway, you already know. I think we're going to have a strong ground attack. I think we're going to kill the Giants, period. So it's not really much to say there. But outside of that, my picks for this week will be in tomorrow. I'll be putting a show together for you guys, and I'm actually working on it now. But I jumped on live because I wanted to talk to you guys, and plus I'll probably take this content and throw it into my podcast as well. So yeah, it's killing two birds with one stone. I'll read what you guys are saying real quick. Let me see what you guys are talking about, and then I'll get up out of here. Let you guys get back to the work or the block. Rue, I'll let you get back to Rue Glock. I'm pretty sure you either a cop or you a street guy. I don't know, man. I don't want no trouble, Rue. I don't want no trouble. You said Rolando would just rather drink syrup instead. It's something about. I was just talking to my sister about that. Like her girlfriend. We and myself too. She has ADD. So basically, there's a lot that goes into um, nootropics. So syrup or any drug that messes with your mind, period. You don't know who those people are once they're on it. Like seriously, my fiance had taken a Xanax some years ago. She was dealing with something, and she took a Xanax, and she was gone for 3 days. Like I knew because I know her, but she had lost time, so she didn't know what she had done, and she had took maybe three over the 3 4 days, but she thought she just took one, and it was Monday, and she still was talking like it was Friday. That's how bad it was, and I was like, oh shit, there's people walking around the streets who seriously aren't themselves, and once it got you, you're never making a conscious decision again. So hopefully AB ain't on nothing. But at the end of the day, it's no laughing matter. Like when you talk about Rolando, I'm not trying to beat you up for it, but McCain wants to drink syrup. He want to drink syrup because he drank syrup, and once you drink it, you're gonna keep drinking that shit. But like I said, man, that's the end of it for me. But like I said, I'll read your comments. Anything you guys want me to mention or voice right before I get off, let me know, and I'll go ahead and hit that. Other than that, I'm going to head out. So let me know in three, two, one. All right, let's wrap, man. Oh, there you go. See, he said, dude, I took a Xanax. I was like a zombie and couldn't remember the past 48 hours. Imagine taking that every day. Facts. That's exactly what the fuck I was talking about. She didn't know. Yep, bold predictions. That's what we're working on now. So you'll see the bold prediction segment come out tomorrow. So you'll see it Saturday with enough time for you to put bets in on either betonline.ag or MyBookie. I'll have the MyBookie link and BetOnline link placed in those videos in the comments in the description as well. So you guys can go join up. You'll get a startup bonus. I think it's a $200 startup bonus or whatever if you start up with that promo code. So why do people say heron? What's that mean? I don't know what that means. Oh, heroin. Heron. Okay, now I know what you mean. I don't know why they say heron, man. Do what I look like the dope dealer? We don't say heroin anyway. We say H or the D, diesel, D train, dope. Yeah, we don't say heroin. But yeah, I don't know why they say it, man. Crazy. But anyway, appreciate you guys tuning in on an early day, man. Get back to work, do your thing. I hope y'all ain't playing this without your headphones on because we was talking about drugs and drug paraphernalia. I don't want to get none of y'all fired, but appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys soon, man. Shout out to CLNS Media and the Cowboys Beat. If you guys are listening instead of watching, or if you're listeners instead of watchers, you guys can also listen to the podcast at CLNS Media .com, and it's called The Cowboys Beat. And also, you can find The Cowboys Beat anywhere a podcast is offered. So that's iTunes, Spotify, you name it, it's on there, man. Yeah, I'm gonna keep working, man. What's up, Dallas Cowboy Junkie? I'm gonna keep working. My glasses, I lost 2 pairs of glasses, man. They like $500 pair of glasses. I just haven't had the heart to go do it again. I haven't haven't had the heart to do it again, man. Yeah, man. Old school Mexicans. Yeah, old school Mexicans. Y'all some tough SOBs, man. I'll tell you that. Like Mexicans, West Coast Mexicans, not East Coast. Like over here, they just, they work in construction. Over there on the West Coast, man, they don't play, man. They'll hurt you. They'll hurt you. Y'all, and they big too. They'll hurt you. I know Eddie, a big Mexican. Yeah, they kill me, man. I like nice glasses too. I think I'm Rick Ross or something. I be wearing like Gucci glasses and shit like that. So yeah, they kill me. And every time I go, I lose them because I'm moving around all the time. I fly a lot. I travel a lot. So I lose them in the airports. Same thing with Beats. I stopped buying Beats because I bought way more than 10 pair over the last 2 years. So it's like, man, I spent, $4,000 or $5,000 on Bluetooth headsets. Crazy. But see you guys, man. Talk to you later. Peace. If you haven't watched the whole thing, watch it from the beginning. Start again. Talk to you guys. Peace.